Gwangju, South Korea. When UCLA track and field coach Jack Hoyt was tasked with putting together a World University Games team, he knew he'd have to mesh these UCLA athletes with athletes from all across the United States. While he only had a few months to finalize a team, he was hoping that as athletes came together, medals would follow.
Competition similar to the Olympic Games, where all the countries of the world are represented and all the sports of the world are represented, and it's for university students. You can be 1 year removed from college and still be on a team. So it's kind of an exciting opportunity. I think what it gives a college student is the opportunity to get that Olympic experience. We're living in a village, we're eating with all the different countries, so it's kind of a sneak preview of an Olympic Games. So hopefully some of these athletes I know are trying to make the Olympic team next summer, so this is a great little introduction to it. It's been really, really exciting. I've been part of some Olympic Games and World Championships, but that's as a personal coach, so this is my first experience with a team, and it's so much fun to work with all these motivated athletes. It's been a blast. You got 10 seconds to give someone's name, where they're from, maybe 15 seconds, maybe what they want to do here, and then move on to the next person. Well, you know, we have about 16, 17 UCLA athletes, and they all know each other. I wanted to get to know all the other people on the team, so the easiest way to do a quick introduction was just to line them up and do some speed dating really quick and come up with a couple quick questions. And of course, some of the other athletes needed to meet each other as well, but it worked pretty well. We started with a core group from UCLA and some mountain states, and we've got a great team from all over the country. We've got Ronnie Baker from TCU, who's one of the best 100 meters runners in the country. We've got Jake Barber in the 100 hurdles from Notre Dame. We've got some runners from Villanova, Carolina. We're just covering the whole country. Just about name the event, we've got people in there. I think the cultural experience of getting to other worlds, we have people on this team that came here. Yeah, so it's pretty special experience. A lot of people. One girl was sitting next to me on the plane. I won't say her name because she'd be so embarrassed. But we're up in the air for 25 minutes, and she said, "So we're still taxiing?" I said, "Oh yeah, we're still taxiing." And then she realized about 20 minutes later, no, we're up in the air. Wow. So some people really don't have much experience. It was a lot of fun to travel here yesterday. We had about 40 people leave from Los Angeles. To come here and get the opportunity to meet these Korean people. They're so friendly. It's been wonderful. I'm really thankful to have this opportunity and for BTI Entertainment to put this together, and the creativity and having athletes in action involved to bring in. We got another 15 athletes because of their involvement. Yeah, it was incredible. They raised a lot of funds. Some universities stepped behind athletes. The NCAA gave some money. So because of all that, we've got 45 athletes here, and the last team I think had 16. So we're thrilled about that, and we want to represent the U.S.
While the Americans may not have had the success that Jack had envisioned for these games, he's certainly hoping that this event serves as a cornerstone for the future effort for the United States at the World University Games. TCU's Ronnie Baker is one of the fastest students in America, and his sub-10 second times in the 100-meter dash prove it. Ronnie is a 4-time All-American, as well as the 2015 NCAA 60-meter champion. But for Ronnie, just being the fastest isn't the only goal for these games.
I started running track when I was about in 7th grade, so ever since then, it's been a journey, I'd say. I've always loved track when I was little, and then going into high school, I started to run pretty fast my junior year, and I won a couple state titles, and that's when I knew I could actually compete at a college level. So coming from high school to college was a huge transition. Definitely, you're on your own, so you've got to adjust, be diligent and get into practice, eating the right things. And I mean, that's what's got me here, is just my discipline, being dedicated to the sport and wanting to be really good. And it comes with a lot of hard work, but in the end, I'm here now. So it's cool to see all the countries around. It's different things they do, you know, the different mannerisms and how it's different from us. You know, the languages are different, the food's different. That's one big thing. But yeah, it's a real culture shock. I mean, it's good to be able to come out here and observe different countries and cultures and to really absorb, you know, how they live and how they train, and then compare it to us. And so I think it's been a really enjoyable experience, I'd say. The first time I ran sub 10 was at Big 12s. So I've done that once, and then I did it twice at USA Champs like last week. And it's crazy because I never really thought that I'd be able to get to that level of competition, you know, running 9 seconds, being able to make a USA Champs final. And I've done it 3 times, so it's really a blessing to be able to run 9 seconds here. Ultimate goal is just to win a gold medal. Not really worried about the time here, just trying to be #1 in my heat, in my race. My coach always tells me that he's like, don't worry about the time because the person that gets first always has the fastest time. So just get to the line first, and that's pretty much my goal, just to come out with a gold medal, be on that podium and hear the national anthem playing. Goal is to be at the Olympic trials next year, around this time, I guess. I'm sure it's in Oregon, yeah, so be in the Olympic trials, be top 3, and then go to Rio. So that's the plan.
Here's Ronnie Baker and Missouri's Marquesh Woodson in the men's 100-meter dash.
As there is less win, or basically there's no win, whereas in the semi-finals it was on the border of being illegally strong in their backs. Makali Simbine setting a new Universiade record in the second of those semi-finals of exactly 10 seconds. Graphic up there, unfortunately, hasn't quite been updated in a couple of hours since that semi-final. Usain Bolt, of course, the world record holder. Hoping to see him fit and ready to defend his world title later this summer.
Otherwise, it'll be difficult to see anybody but Justin Gatlin taking that title. And that will be a fair embarrassment for the athletic authorities, for a man who's failed 2 doping tests and yet is still able to run in athletics.
And he's a man who says he doesn't understand why what the problem is with the fans.
But anyway, let's concentrate on the men in this final. Kim Kyuk-young there, who celebrated as if he'd won a medal. But the run he took in the semi-final has certainly put him in with a medal shout, although whether or not he's got enough to challenge Akane Simbine and Ronnie Baker is another matter. A little bit laboured, I thought, in his semi-final. Simbine, though, he did look laboured, but he was on his way to a Universiade record.
Yeah, I think Ramil Guliev as well looked very good in his semi-final. He was in the lane 8 on that occasion, away from the action. He's right next to Simbine this time, though, and he may not be the fastest starter, the Turk, but once he gets into the drive phase, he really starts cooking. He's a very good 200-meter runner as well, and he could well be a danger for the medals here.
So that is the other American, Marquesh Woodson in lane 1. Jin-Soo Young, the Australian, the Korean, who is in lane 2. Kyuk-young is in lane 3. Ronnie Baker in lane 4 for the United States. Akane Simbine, surely the overwhelming favourite to win this title, in lane 5. Ramil Guliev of Turkey in lane 6. Brown in 7, and Yang in lane 8. So this is Marquesh Woodson then, who came through. And will start in lane 1, so being a good start. Jin-Soo Young has a lot of Koreans, notably his family. He comes from Korea originally, but is representing Australia. Kim Kyuk-young, that massive personal best got him into lane 3 in the final. He surely can't have imagined that when he woke up this morning. Ronnie Baker, personal best of 10.05. You've got to say that on this track, that is certainly asking to be revised, especially after he saw the man on his outside break the Universiade record in the semi-finals. He has actually broken 10 seconds this year,
From Republic
as
of
well
South Africa,
as Africa is taken in a very upward direction by not just him but a number of sprinters this season. Ramil Guliev, 10.08 at his best, 10.12 this season. He'll be hoping to challenge for a medal. As for this man, Ashani Brown, a man who was a 9.93 man at his best, but nowhere near that kind of form this season. And Yang on the outside will probably be just happy that he made the final in the first place.
From China, Yang.
He did pick up a silver medal as part of the relay squad at the World University Games in his home country Shenzhen, did Yang. Ronnie Baker ran 9.94 though in the heats of the National Championships in Eugene in June. Needs to find something like that if he's to beat the South African though. Ashani Brown, another sub-10 man. They're the only two in the field who have gone underneath the golden 10-second figure this season. So then, Woodson in 1, Jung 2, Kim 3, Baker 4, Simbine 5, Guliev 6, Brown 7, Yang in 8, the final of the men's 100 metres at the 2015 World University Games. These are the championships where you can really learn an awful lot about championship running and about championship runners. Who's got it when the big moment arrives? We get away first time, and it's a fairly even start, but Simbine's already going well, the South African. Baker's going after him. Crooks is there too. It's going to be Simbine all the way to the line. 9.98. The Universiade record goes again with a new personal best for the South African. And more importantly, gold as well for South Africa in the men's 100 metres. To back up what they did 2 years ago in Kazan, South Africa retained their title, but with a new star, Akere Simbine, the successor to Anaso Chabanwana.
Oh, what a fantastic run. We wondered if he'd maybe shot his bolt a little bit in the semi-finals, but he's gone even faster here as the conditions are actually slower than they were in the semis. There's less wind, in fact there's zero wind officially. And, well, great run from him. And easily the class of the field. A little bit disappointed with a couple of his supposed challenges who didn't really step up to the plate there in the final, I beg your pardon.
Yes, well, I'm not surprised that Kim Kook-young, who ran that brilliant PB in the semi-finals, couldn't back it up. You got the feeling he'd run his final already. He came across in 10.31, only good enough for 6th place, but it was the Jamaican Ashani Brown who kept it all together to come through to take the silver medal in 10.012. And that Universiade record, we said 9.98, it has now been rounded down another 100th of a second to 9.97.
And that's also a new personal best for Simbine. He came in to this championship with a 9.99 under his belt. That's a personal best set just 8 days ago, in fact, in Vilenge.
Well, you can see there, unlike in the women's race, the winner got a great start, and it seemed to put Baker under pressure. You can see his shoulders rocking already, tightening up as he realises the South African is getting away from him. And on the near side, it's the Jamaican Brown and the Turk Guliev, who you fancied at the start, who comes through to beat Baker for the minor medals. And they will be disappointed, the Americans, I think, not to have come away with any medal whatsoever.
Well, yet again, Ronald Baker, he had a poor start in the semi-final, and again he was the worst of the starters in the semi-final, and again here in the final. And if he's going to have any future as a 100-metre runner, he's going to have to sort out that start.
It's probably the best start I've had since we've been here. 4 races, never ran 4 times, and meet before, so it's a great experience to come out here and take fourth and be able to run with some of the greatest, university guys in the world. So I'm happy. It's a challenge, but we came out here, got it done, made the final, and that's all we can ask for.
Ronnie hopes the experience he gained here in Gwangju will help him complete his ultimate goal of winning gold. You'll want to keep an eye out for him. When we come back, for every games, there's always one athlete that gets singled out right from the start. We'll introduce you to Tatum Souza and her unique status on Team USA.